she's a one of a kind. All my friends call me Bear Claw. The village chicken is my pawpaw. He gets his orders.
All right, race fans, welcome to the 2018 Budweiser Nationals up here from the Mike Mosier Tower. My name is Corey Pinville with Moxie Media Promotions, in the house with the men that work this tower on a weekly basis. Big Brian, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing awesome, Corey. It's good to have
You got to put your mic in front of you.
sorry. Can you hear me?
I got to turn it on, right? There we go. Now you can hear my voice.
Wow. Rookie.
Well, you know, it's only my third season doing this, so it's you know, I still got a lot to learn.
We all do, brother. We all do.
And also being joined by Mike Patterson up here in the Mosier Tower. Mike, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. Race fans, how are you guys doing out here tonight?
It is the Budweiser Nationals. This is the one we look forward to all year long. We've taken our kind of a little walk through the pits. We got some information from the drivers. We've spent some time out there today, guys. Over 120 cars we know of. We're still getting car counts. Cars are still straggling in.
Actually, Don's updating his list. And oh, wow, what was that?
My
I
bad.
don't know.
I hit a button.
Oh.
We're all right.
But, yeah, Don's updating his list, so here in a little bit we'll probably know the exact count for the cars here tonight.
There's a lot of them. There's
Yes,
a lot of
there
them out
is.
there in the pit area, and, man, here's what impresses me so far. Late model car count looks pretty good.
Definitely looks good.
Yeah, it looks solid.
We're watching practice right now, looking down on Bakersfield Speedway, the wet, heavy black clay that you guys have here, and taking a look at, we've got, these are hobby stocks
yes.
on the track right now, and we've been kind of watching lap times. We had some really fast lap times in practice for our super late models, and we're watching the mods and sport mods pretty heavy too.
Yeah, it's surprising people up front in some of those classes.
Well, and we'll talk about that here. Take a look at the late model. Let's talk about late models, because they're the feature division here. They're the big nasty open cars. Fastest car in practice for the super late models was the 29 of Andy Obertello.
Oregon.
We haven't seen Andy Obertello here the last couple of years in the Budweiser.
Yeah, I talked to his dad, Ron, and they said that they just got a lot of stuff going on with the family.
Oh, yeah.
And that racing right now has just been kind of been on hold. And I looked at him, I said, Ron, you don't have to explain nothing. I understand. Family comes first.
Well, we spent some time down there. The Obertellos, great group of people. I mean, a lot of fun to work with. Ron was in good spirits. I said, hey, we haven't seen you here the last couple of years. What's going on? He goes, I keep having these kids in the family getting married, and I got to go to these weddings. And I said, well, nobody's getting married today. He says, no. He goes, and if they were, we'd still be here. He was ready to go racing.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt. We've got the mod lights rolling out right now. But going back to late model, top 5 cars in late model practice. The fastest car was the 29 of Andy Obertello. Second fast was the 42 of Paul Culp from Oregon. Your third fastest car was Bobby Hogue. Also in the top 5 in the fourth fast position was the 28 of...
Clark?
Nope.
No.
Jimmy Whistler out of Oregon.
Yeah.
And the fifth fast, which kind of surprised me, was I expect a little better out of this car, just given the history, the 5L of Cody Laney.
It's still early.
It's way early.
Well, for those people that listen to us live on Spreaker Radio around the country, we were live from Chewy's last night and at the car show. We did make a little bit of I made a prediction, a bold prediction on the air.
No, that someone will break the
late model track record I am predicting will fall tonight.
And that's a 12.444 or something?
It's a 12.449. The current track record is 12.449, being held down by Steve Drake.
And Corey's
is not here.
Steve Drake, we did not see him yet.
He's
there
not
was a lot of confusion. I had some people telling me, yeah, he's going to be here. Some people saying, no, he said he wasn't. Well, it was a maybe. At this point, I'm going to venture to say he's probably not going to show up.
Who knows? He might show up tomorrow.
And that's a good possibility. These little suckers on the track right now, these mod lights, we took some time to crawl around one of these things earlier and look at them. These are real race cars. These little suckers are bad to the bone fast.
Yeah, right now we've got Caden Cochran, Tim Varney coming across into 1 and 2, but your track champion, he's coming out of turn 4 right now. That's the 4 of Anthony Balcazar. Young man, him and the 14 of J.D. Brown went 1 and 2 this year. Neither one of them are over 18 yet.
Talking about practice like we were just a couple of moments ago, did you guys pay attention to modified practice?
Saw a little bit of it. It was pretty hectic in here. We were running around.
Setting wires up and getting things dialed in. I stood down there in turns 3 and 4, watched a couple sessions of modified practice, and I will tell you, There were 4 drivers in particular that really impressed me. Obviously, Bobby Hogan, a modified at Bakersfield, is, hard to bet against.
Standard bearer.
Kelsey Foley out of Arizona in the 44K. Did you watch her?
I saw her.
She looked very good in practice. I mean, she was turning some great lap times.
Yeah, I saw her. There we go. That's better.
And the 198 of Robbie Sawyer. I was watching his entry on turn 3. I'm telling you right now, I don't think anybody had their car more dialed than that 198, at least on the entry down the backstretch into turn 3. That car was a rocket through turns 3 and 4. And the 15P.
Brian Pierce.
Brian Pierce.
Out of Oakley, California.
I was highly impressed with that 15P car as well.
Yeah, he came through it. He was smooth through it. Didn't slide at all. It dug early and drove through those
It was
corners.
going forward all the time.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be one of the drivers I watch tonight as this program progresses here on night number 1 from the 2018 Budweiser Nationals. Man, this is one of the shows that we put on our calendar. We circle the date and say, okay, we prep and we prep and we prep. And it's still never enough.
Oh, no. Well, that's the same thing with all the drivers out there. They prep. Nut and bolt check Thursday night. They're still getting here, and they're like, okay, now what?
And then
now we got to do this all over again.
Right. And then you're changing the setup because typically this track, it changes so much from night number 1 to night number 2.
Oh, it'll change from heat race to main events.
But drastically throughout day to day. It's
Oh,
two
yeah.
different services. I mean, we've seen that in the past, haven't we, Brian?
Yes, most definitely. The track changes throughout the whole day, and tomorrow is going to be different than what it is today.
It's going to be a lot different.
Yes.
No doubt. But the weather this year, a lot cooler than we've seen in years past. I think that's going to give us some really good lap times and create a lot of good racing.
Yeah, for those that are listening on Spreaker Radio, to tell you how heavy the track is, we've got guys in turn 1 and 2 right now knocking mud off of the walls so
you
these
can see
guys
it.
can see it.
Right.
Tomorrow, they'll be knocking the cars off the walls because the cushion will be that high.
Let's hope not. But
It's
yeah,
just the way this track does is it opens up where the cushion will start 5-6 inches from the wall.
and progressively
Night number
move
2.
up throughout the night. Yeah, if there's a cushion left at the end of the night.
Yep.
Tonight,
It'll end up in
I'm
turn
looking at the
3
racer.
bathrooms.
Looking at the racing service right now, I think we are going to be in for a wicked fast track.
Yeah, I'm looking at that high side right now through 1 and 2, and they haven't even.
There's a lot of racetrack
there's-
left up there.
Yeah, I was about to say they've only got halfway up the track right now.
Maybe.
So
Maybe.
that's telling you something right now. If they're still stuck to the bottom this early out here, and even in 3 and 4, you look at it, they're barely putting a little bit of dirt onto the wall. By the end of the night, that wall will be brown too. These guys will get hot and heavy on the high side.
Without a doubt. It's going to be an awesome show. We're not too far away from qualifying here. The Budweiser Nationals get the show started. Where the only cars that are qualifying tonight are the super late models. We'll see them come out here shortly, one at a time. Each driver gets 2 laps to get on the clocks. And I'm hoping, like I said last night, that we see a track record. Yeah, I want to see it happen. I love that. I love watching the track records break.
Well, yeah, we always like to see the progression and see cars come out and get faster and faster and faster. And this track is definitely set up for that. We got a little bit of sun coming right over the booth into the backstretch, right at the KUZZ sign, all the way down to the incognito sign. Everything else is still in the shade. And when you're in the shade, that means there's no sun hitting it. It means the moisture's still there, not going to evaporate, which makes for a very fast, heavy track. So that's looking good. You can also notice that there's because of the tech issues today, we've actually have the tech pad is right behind the Budweiser victory lane.
Our first qualifier of the night on the track right now. We're set to go here for the Budweiser Nationals. That's the 91T of Tony Toast.
Tony Toast coming in from Arroyo Grande, California, the Monarch Mega Storage Pappage Construction 91 machine. Diving it into the bottom. Lets it fly through 3 and 4. Keeps the hammer down across the start-finish line.
12.938. 12938. We're not far away from that track record we've been talking about. Here comes Toast out of turn 4. Got that car all cranked up on the front stretch. Checkered flag is out. Lap number 2. 12.699. 12699. Second car on the track to qualify. This is Bobby Hogue, sponsored by Vaca Valley Excavating. He is the winningest driver here at the Budweiser Nationals.
As he's coming through 3 and 4, Knock, knock. You know what's coming. They're knocking on that door right now. 13-5, 6-2 first lap. As he comes across the backstretch, gets it high up on the backstretch, dives it down to the bottom, keeps it face forward, drives off. 13-4, 5-5.
Next qualifier comes to us out of Coos Bay, Oregon, in the number 18. This is Devin Brown. Brown is a regular at Coos Bay Speedway up in the Pacific Northwest.
Now, I was watching Brown earlier. He was struggling a little bit with this setup.
This is an older Masters-built chassis. Joey Tanner picked up 3 wins in this car last year. Lap number 1 of 14.770, 14770. Lap number 1 for the 18 of Devin Brown. Just past the halfway point. The backstretch, big push on the entry, jumps the cushion out of turn 4. That car's hopping around, has to lift at the throttle at the 15.287. It's the Sandman, Rob Sanders, in the number 10 of Victory Circle chassis. He's from Bakersfield, California. We had a good time talking with him. Very unique body on this car. Take a look at the deck. For those that are here in attendance, very low deck on the right side, a lot of rake to it to the left rear corner. 12.934, 12.934.
That puts, right now, Sanders up to the P2 as he comes through 3 and 4, trying to push the cushion just a little bit.
12.600. Unbelievable. That is new fast time.
New fast time for the Sandman. On the track now, the 78S, Steve Stoltz.
Out of Pierre, Arizona.
Yeah, coming all the way from Arizona in that 78 machine. Looks like he might be struggling a little bit trying to catch this track.
14.178, 14.178 for the 78 of Stoltz.
Yeah, you could definitely tell those guys out here that come out with little track
time. A lot
time
of smoke out of the 78. He lifts the throttle and goes 14.
All right, now on the track, the 5L out of Torrance, California, the Bartels Harley Davidson, WFO Industries, E-Box Springs, CPD Race Shocks, and Integrity Trucking. It's Cody Laney.
One of the drivers you want to watch here at the Budweiser Nationals. This kid is fast everywhere he unloads. Lap number 1 looking very good. A little bit to the high side of the turn 4. Lap number 1, 13.126, Brian.
Kind of dropping off right now.
That's third fast.
I wonder how much that smoke in the air kind of gave him a little bit.
Lap number 2 for the 5L of Laney. He stops the clock a little better with a 12.993, 12.993.
All right, out of Placerville, California, the 23 junior of Tyler Lightfoot.
Lightfoot, he's got a heavy foot on this track sometimes too. He's known to lay the smack down on this track. As he gets in there, dives it hard through 3 and 4. 14.164 for Lightfoot. Keeps it up a little bit higher, trying to push the cushion through 1 and 2, keeping that momentum and the RPMs up as he comes through 3 and 4, loads up that right rear, drives off of turn 4. 14.020.
All right, now we got the 28G out of Vacaville, California. It's Clark Guglielmone. And the 26G.
Now, the Guglielmone gang, they brought, 4 cars this year?
There's still one on the trailer, though.
Still one on the trailer. So 5 cars total?
Yeah.
Wow.
First lap for Guglielmone will be a 13.846. 13.846. He'll try it one more time with lap number 2. He brings that right front, or that left front off the ground.
Wicked fast through turns 3 and 4.
With the 13.425.
Here's the guy that was fastest in practice in the number 29. This is Andy Obertello.
Out of Hollister, California.
Look at him through turns 1 and 2. Right rear tire up on the cushion. Wicked fast on the throttle down the backstretch. Hard entry into turn 3. Nice and smooth. Left front up off the ground. Completing lap number 1. Obertello will stop the clocks with a 13.294. 13.294.
All right, P4.
P4 right now for Obertello. As he comes through 3 and 4. Lifts that left front up once again. 13.272.
All the way from the Oregon coast in the number 28, this is Jimmy Whistler. Whistler was one of the top 5 cars in practice. He won the final feature of the year up in the Pacific Northwest at Willamette Speedway. This is a wicked fast race car. It's an open motor that's just got enough power to power the city of Bakersfield. And he goes 13.583, 13.583 on lap number 1. It's a rocket chassis.
He's going to try a little harder.
Sponsored by All Purpose Storage. 13-477-13477.